Happy Monday, folks. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Or if you're not having a good week so far, I hope the rest of your week goes better. So,
I fucking hope it doesn't go worse.
we've got, so I believe when we last left off, Vort and his family was headed out to the northern Catskills to talk to Mike about his uncle Titus.
Mm-hmm. No, that's right. They all left to go to relics. They weren't coming back to remedies like everybody always does. Okay, so then yes.
Yeah.
I called Jilly, let her know, hey,
Yeah.
I need to go talk to Mike about stuff, and he invited us out for dinner.
Yep.
So, cool. We drive there as eventfully as having a 1-year-old in a car can be.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna need you to give me a mental and social roll.
Oh, the actual two different stats. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little different, but I think that I think I'm uniquely qualified to be able to tell you what you're feeling in this situation. It requires both
Yeah.
stats
Yeah.
to
I'll say, while I personally have no kids, I have nieces and nephews that I have taken in a car ride when they were that age. So I have ideas.
you can always give those back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a 9. Huh. All right.
Could be worse.
You're not doing bad. But so you are, man, Morris. There it is. Yep. So you both, actually, let me roll that for your wife. Okay. That makes it much. All right. So you're just a little stressed when you get out there.
Just a little isn't too bad.
You put them in the little harness, put the baby minder on there, attach it to the dog run, and let him go.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
But because I did give you some stress, you do get a plot point.
Yay!
Okay. So, you pull in. Mike's place is surrounded by a bunch of healthy trees, giant ones, and a lawn that looks like it had to be maintained magically.
I just look around and like, all right, she's getting damn good at this.
You pull in a parking spot, and as you get out, you can smell the steaks.
I help get Joseph out of the car, shoulder any bags, and then start heading back toward the States.
Okay.
Been here once or twice.
Yep. You go around the side. You can see the picnic table. Kasser and Mike are there putting the last couple things for a barbecue out. So Kasser can greet however she wants to.
Sorry, was that at me?
Yes, that was at you.
I was not paying any attention whatsoever.
Okay, you just saw Hugo, the baby, and Jillian walk around the side. You're outside at the picnic table with Mike helping him put the last of the stuff out for it.
Oh, at that point, she'll put down whatever she's got and she'll rush to take the bubby.
Okay.
Hand him off. It's like, here's your Auntie C.
Mike comes up, shakes your hand.
Yep. How you two doing?
We're doing good. You can tell just looking around, and I got her to take some time off.
I see that. Look over there. It's like you are getting very well skilled with your skill.
She's ignoring everything and just playing with the baby.
That's fair.
So, as you guys go through the barbecue, he eventually does ask, so what you need to know?
Some time ago, he and I were talking one day at the library, and he mentioned a scroll that he had a hand in writing that is the Charter of Albany. And he didn't say what, but he made mention that there is stuff in it that discusses the supernatural side. And nobody knows where it is. I figured I'd come start with you to see if you had any clues about it.
You mean the city charter?
Yeah, the original.
Wait, he did talk about that a little bit. I mean, the family was real vague when they about him being my uncle. I always figured he was just, a great uncle or something like that, and nobody wanted to say anything. It wasn't until Sarah and I were starting to go through some of the papers around here that I realized just how old he was.
Out of character question. They took over the old man's place? Like they moved in there?
This is the old man's place. This is
Okay.
where, when you guys were dealing with the Miles Davis,
Mm-hmm.
this was the place you came and broke into.
Oi, I had the nephew's permission. The living relative.
Yes.
I had his permission.
Yes.
Isn't that Mike?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That was technically out of character.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But yeah, and that's why he's up here. I kind of, when I moved up here, I figured, okay, I'll have to find a job and stuff like that. I could live off didn't quite realize just what the extent of the place was and the extent of how much money he amassed. So yeah, he could date back to the founding of the city.
Yeah, the humans with the powers do live longer, as long as they keep their heads down. I should eventually learn how to do that second part.
Yeah. Yeah,
His hair snorts.
Yeah. Good luck at that. But he did talk about the reason he stuck around was that the original The original charter was still in force. When when I was a kid and I asked him why he still stuck around here, it was that this, had been his home for a long time, and he liked living in one of the oldest cities in the world.
Country, but
Mm, technically out of character. It depends. Some people say Western Hemisphere, that it's the oldest continuous charter. That's you know there are older cities, but generally they reincorporate themselves at some point.
Come for the paranormal activity, stay for the history of Albany. Ha ha! Uh, yeah, so I don't know what's in that charter other than the, you know, subtle hints, knowing nod and winks and all that. But the businesses in town, including Caceres, have been getting noticed by the bureaucracy of town, the government. For example, they think my shop is a restaurant and I'm not up to codes for a restaurant.
That was, okay for your shop, honey. That was just. I figured that was bad luck when the guy showed up, because we showed up right when we were having that book club that and somebody had brought in a
Coffee and
professional serving tray, because they worked in a bakery, or for a bakery caterer, and they just happened, okay, this is what was left, and they brought it here. I just figured that was bad luck. It wasn't.
no, it's happening to everybody around town of our side of the coin.
Hmm.
I'm lucky I haven't had to deal with it for the boarding house yet.
Yeah, but that that could just be that they.
well, it would depend on if they're looking at the people or the businesses. If they're looking at the people, they only need the one.
Hmm. It's just residential there, and that's all they. It's As long as it's residential, you can do residential in commercial areas. It's the other way around that's the problem.
Right, that part makes sense, but why now all the other spooky side businesses are getting hit with we got to do inspections, you need to renew your licensing, you're not licensed for the business you run. This is not coincidental, because we've been checking with Rhoda and her Paranet group there, and they're confirming that, yeah, it is definitely targeting all of our side of the street and not the other businesses. Like, this is above and beyond the normal thing. Like, okay, it's time for quarterly health inspection of the coffee joint or stuff like that. This is above and beyond.
Well, we did. Quite a bit happened in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, so there was the whole Cullen thing. You became an assigner of the Accords. The judge died. So one of our big names, I suppose, that kept the rabble at bay is gone. And they might be testing you now.
And that very well could be, and I accept that possibility. But I kind of want to see in the original charter, if you have it, just like, I'm not asking to take it. I'm not going to take a possession like that. But if you have it, I just want to be able to read it for a bit so I could find out what's in there.
Nothing like that. No.
All right. Another out of care player question.
Hmm.
Since Hugo and Mike have been around each other a while now, is Mike actually magical, or is he just incredibly in the know? Like, does he have power and talent, or is he just in the know?
In the definitely very much in the know. He might be a little bit more sensitive to it than others, is what they've kind of is what you know they're kind of wondering. He can pick up on things a little bit faster than other people, but nothing that
Nothing to the degree of like what I can do, Jilly, there, things
yes.
like that. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and it could just be because it's in his bloodline. It's just been a while.
Right.
Who knows what will happen to
Down
if
the
they
road.
have kids?
Yeah. Mike, it is possible that since you don't have the same degree of access to magic like I do or Cassare does, that it may be hidden from you when you read it. I've heard of such things before.
But I
The
don't
National
know if it's-
Treasure movie wasn't far off with hiding things at times.
yeah, I know, but I mean, it wasn't. There was nothing like the charter.
Oh, you're saying you didn't have the charter there.
Yeah, I don't believe we have the charter here, and Cassare doesn't remember seeing anything like that. Um, there was, I mean, most of the stuff here has been magical theory and history. Now, maybe I could loan you his journal from around that time.
I would be greatly appreciative and incredibly careful with it. A, family journal. B, look over at Cassare. I don't want to die. I saw what happened the very first meeting when books got damaged. Things like that get ingrained in your head.
You guys, she's a sweetheart.
Yes, she
Why
is.
don't you go lying
Freedom.
to people like that?
She is perfectly polite and sociable, unless you step across the line. And damaging a book is leaping far past the line, or at least the book that's important like this. I don't think she cared about the latest Patterson novel, but
Give me 1 second. Thankfully, everything's organized in here now.
Don't know how you lived like that.
I
well-
wasn't living here too long before you were around, so
while he steps away, I will ask Cassare, it's like, hey, is it possible this information is also in your shop? If there is something there?
It's possible. I ain't never seen it.
actually, Cassare,
Hmm.
you can. Where was that? Yes. Cassare, when in the bookstore, if you succeed on a no roll, when out of the bookstore, you'll
Oh yeah.
okay. Yeah, you have a look intellectus effect based on the bookstore. When in the bookstore, if you succeed on a no roll, the GM treats it as if you have beaten his roll by over 10 plus. Basically, you'd know everything about the subject, as long as you've asked the right question. When out of the bookstore, you'll remember if you have more information in the bookstore on the subject, but will be limited by the normal resolution of the no roll. So if you want to go ahead and roll no, and I'm going to drop it down one significant because you recently had to go through local laws.
So mental and no?
Yep, mental and no. Do you have a librarian distinction?
Yeah, well, she's got the everyday job bookstore.
Yep, that's it. That falls into it.
Yeah. History?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the spec that I took on no for her from character creation.
Callbacks. Ha ha.
Wow. Okay,
Period
Kasser.
would have been awesome.
Wow. Okay. Um. Uh. You're. You. You don't think, based on what you've recently done, you don't think you've got. You don't think you've got anything because you've kind of went through stuff about what information you had in the shop about local laws and businesses. I mean, you got it. It's in there that the charter, there's of course standard reference stuff about the charter and stuff like that in there, but nothing about it being a magical document or governing anything. You would think about it more, but at that point, the little guy is hungry and he starts trying to, um, he gets handsy trying to do it. And Jillian swoops in. Okay, I better take him. And it's okay if I go inside and feed him.
Make yourself at home.
Thank you.
I don't believe so. Yeah, I recall references to it, but no mention of the magical document.
Aaron is debating his next response because I have a couple. I'm trying to figure out which one is most fun.
Oh boy.
Well, it's none of them are like insulting or triggering. It's just, I believe this falls within the purview of me as the magus, and this word is Kasser. I would like to submit a formal request when she has time. If the archive could tell me what I should be looking for.
Aye, alright. Sarah's gonna actually pull out a little notebook from her back pocket and just scribble it down.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. That's the thing I was trying to do. It's like, how do I request help from the archive without making it a demand or seeming like I'm desperate? That's what I was trying to figure out how to do.
So you so at that point, Mike comes back out. He's wearing a pair of white gloves. He's got an extra set of white gloves. And some some of those alcohol wipes. He tosses you one of them and then hands you after you've done that, hands you the white gloves and then the book. Bring it back when you're set, or drop it off at the shop, or drop it off at Relics.
Yep.
And don't you dare leave it anywhere humid or near any water whatsoever.
What time of the year is it again currently?
2011,
No, time of the year, like season.
November.
Okay. I go to my bag, pull out some waterproof oilskin cloth. Like, let's just cover that up real quick. We'll tuck that back in there safely and gently. But yes,
Given the chance, Kisser will painstakingly go over the process of how to keep this book, how to care for it while it's in your possession, how to not damage it, just because it's so old.
And I will actually be paying attention to what she says, not for the usual fear, but because of respect.
I mean, in its thing, these particular books are meant to last forever, in terms of the way the ink's formulated and everything. But yeah, it's by the time you're done, the boy is fed, and
We have a relaxing evening after that because
Yep.
no need to keep going on the doom train.
Yep. You guys have fun. He really enjoys being out here. Gets him a chance to really to run around and such. Okay. So the other three of you.
On their walk over to Relics and Rarities.
Mhm.
Omera, because I know Omera and Ray were walking. I think Rhoda took her motorcycle.
Yep.
But on the walk over, Omera will ask Ray, what is the term you use when someone is trying to court you?
Flirting?
That was it.
Okay. Why do you ask?
I couldn't remember.
All right.
I'm not even gonna make you roll to see if you pick up on that lie.
Right.
It wasn't a lie. It wasn't a lie. That's why they asked.
Oh, you
I
couldn't
couldn't remember the word for it.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Okay, from a certain point of view, that's a
It's a half truth.
yeah. Okay. Uh,
Some of the best lies are half truths.
Yes.
Oda's gonna get to the bookstore.
Yep.
And get there, and is Jerry working?
yes, Jerry is working.
Okay, so she's gonna walk in, and they have a thing where they just give each other high fives.
Yep.
And go, what's up, Jerry? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
How's life
what
treating
brings
you?
back? Oh, nice. It's been a good day.
That's great. I have to do some research. I'm gonna use I have my own computer. I'm gonna use that, and I'm bringing some friends with me. Their names are Ray and Mayra, and they're gonna come in the back and work with me. They should be here soon. I
Okay.
tried to get one of them on my motorcycle, but apparently I drive a little fast, so they should be here.
Just a little, Rhoda.
I'm a
I mean-
Valkyrie. Give me a break. I'm not gonna tiptoe around. I don't drive like a grandma.
Yeah, you're right. You don't. You're right. I can't argue with that. You don't drive like a grandma.
No, but I'm the nicest motorcycle rider you've ever met, right?
Yes.
Nicest.
uh, the
Just-
okay,
She's gonna get her laptop out
okay.
and she's gonna get on the phone with and get a hold of guard.
Okay. Give me just a straight 2d6 roll.
Okay.
See which one of us wins. Wow, I am rolling hot today.
I'm so happy for you. Oh, sorry about that. I'll redo it. I don't know where those came from. Yes, I wanted the feeling of the wind. Okay, here we go. Jeez, it really wanted me to have those ones, didn't it?
Okay. You
Now have 12 plot points. Do I still have those complications?
no.
Okay.
No, those went away. Those did go away.
Yeah, the left side is the accurate side of the complications.
Yeah. But the actual, but you do get a couple plot points. Just because can't talk. We'll call you back later. And Rhoda and guard hangs up on you.
She's going to say a bunch of Norse words under her mouth, under her breath.
Hey! There could have been kids in here.
You don't know what I'm saying, Jerry. Shut up.
I know what you're saying. So about that time, the other Reynard and Omira walk in.
Hey guys, I'm back over here.
Omira, he looks straight at you and gives you that same happy to see you
Hold on
smile.
1 second. My sound quit working.
Okay.
He said her name wrong, right? It's Omira.
Apologies. My computer had a little hiccup and I stopped getting sound.
No, actually, he said it right. I may be screwing it up, but
Right. Okay, well, because you can't mess with me because I now have it right in my brain.
May, like the month.
Right.
Yeah.
Omira.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that's what it is.
That's good.
Omira, nice to see you again. Glad you're back. I was wondering if you were if you were Rhoda's friends who was going to come help her.
Is this
Rhoda-
our first time being in the bookstore?
There would be Reynard's first time in the bookstore.
Oh, May was literally just in here earlier today.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's right. So does Ray see the ceiling move all the way up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Actually, the ceiling, you saw that there was an illusion,
Uh-huh.
but it's just gone. You found that happens when you walk in to a room with them.
Mm-hmm.
That
I noticed there
like-
should be one there, but it's just not there now.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're. It's kind of like you're in the wake. Do you follow what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the wake, so that the stuff that makes those things not work anymore.
Mhm.
As long as you're close enough,
Right.
you've gotten to the point where you, in certain situations, you actually step one step back into the, so that you can be a little bit closer sometimes when
Right.
it's really strange stuff going on.
Okay.
and
Awesome.
it-
He'll try not to react to seeing that so much. Like make note of it, but not react. Just kind of walk in and be like, "Oh, fancy
but
trick."
what's your character social again?
Mine is a D10.
Yeah. Okay. Now worth breaking your roll. You Yeah, okay, now you understand why she was asking. You could see the smile on this guy's face.
Yeah.
Now you understand why they were
Oh.
asking about it.
Right.
Rhoda is
Yeah.
paying very close attention to how they react to this, and when she hears Jerry, she, of course, is going to be like, I didn't know you guys had already met, Omeira.
I thought I'd mentioned. No, that was to Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was in here just an hour ago.
Rhoda does pick up that she is making them very uncomfortable, and she will awkwardly turn around and go back to her laptop.
That might be
Yeah.
how it comes off, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They kind of
Um,
always seem uncomfortable, to be fair.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes,
uh,
Jerry. To do does relics and rarities have access to old city documents, a building blueprints,
oh,
plans?
yeah, some of the original
Yes.
the original sure. Come on with me. Um and they I don't know what Raynard does, but Jerry leads them off to a set of ladders.
Rhoda is noticing, and she's going to say, you okay
Yeah.
with that, Ray?
I mean, she's just going off with him to a ladder. They're just going to check out books.
Okay. They're just
At
very
least-
friendly.
That's probably how Omeira is going to see it. Jerry, I think, is going to see it a little differently.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if you picked up on that or not.
Oh yeah, no, Jerry's he seems to act like he's got a little bit of I guess you could call it mojo. I don't know.
I don't think I
bit
know what
confident.
mojo means. Is that
Flashbacks to the Austin Powers movie.
Right.
But I'm thinking that Valkyrie Rhoda's like, mojo? What do you mean, mojo?
Charisma, panache.
Je ne sais
Oh,
quoi.
Yeah.
I see.
A certain social quality that draws other people.
I must be immune to it.
You could be, being you.
Maybe.
But
So, did you want to help search? Do you have an angle? What are you?
my plan was to come here and help search. Yeah.
I know that. I was wondering where you thought we should start.
Does this store have an archives of some kind? Because I doubt the
Complicated
charter is going to be
question.
somewhere on the shelves.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it is an archive.
Yeah.
Ray doesn't know that. Oh, by the way,
Right?
Omeira will
This
also...
is a normal bookstore to me, as far as I
Yeah.
know. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a magical one, yes,
Yeah,
but
that's fair. You're right.
Yeah,
So
and-
Rhoda will say there is an archive,
hmm
but she's not here.
oh, I wasn't referring to the archive as the person, but yeah.
Right. But that's how
well-
important this bookstore is.
Okay. Well, if there's no like archival back room or basement or something, then my guess is the charter is kept in one of those spots farther up, so
Right.
that most people wouldn't be able to notice or have access to it. That's my guess.
Also, my idea is that maybe we look up who the old man was
Mhm.
friends with when he first came to town, who the judge was tied to. We look at who was in power around this time, and they may have some information about this charter, who signed it, who helped construct it.
That's a good point. Do you
'Cause
know of a way to find that out?
I do if I can roll better than 2. Yes, I also work for a man called Johnny Marcone, and I have access to Monarch
You still
Securities.
you still work for Marcone? I thought you were assigned to
No.
me.
Yeah, no, you don't work for Marcone anymore. You got assigned to Hugo.
I also used to work for Johnny Marcone
Yes.
and have access to Monarch Securities information. That wasn't
Okay.
taken from me
No,
in the
that was
human
not.
trafficking that happened when I was given to Hugo as a gift
Wow.
for.
That was a lateral promotion. It wasn't human trafficking.
Allegations, the audacity.
Wow.
When he became the big boss, I was given as a gift. They transferred my work detail to Hugo. So we can do research on that. I just need to get in touch with my former boss people.
Okay.
So maybe I can work on that and you can try. I'll tell you what, you seem like a guy who likes a bet. I'll bet you $10 you can't get into one of those rooms.
Into one of what rooms?
Rooms you think the things are up? Information is? You said the ones up there that
Mm.
easily accessible?
Yeah, the beyond the normal ceiling area.
Take the bet?
How much?
$10.
10? Sure.
Okay. The shake.
Shake her hand.
She's laughing to herself. Oh, he's
Yeah.
gonna get electrocuted.
Ray was debating of trying to pick her pocket for $10 at that moment. But no, that's not going to be a good idea to do to a Valkyrie,
No, probably not.
especially when you're trying to be friends with.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So Rhoda goes
gonna-
off and does her thing. I'm gonna go find my own ladder then to try to.
Well, I mean, there's
I guess,
plenty of them all around. They're
Yeah.
basically the library
Mhm.
ladders that.
Those fun ones on the rails that slide across the bookshelves.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, you saw. No, you saw the uh, Omera is up on the second shelf with Jerry, and they're picking through some of the books. At this point, so you're heading up. What are you specifically looking for again?
Well, the charter, if it is here, it's gonna look like I'm guessing an older, more
Okay.
kind of official style of a book, if it is a book. If it's a
Mhm.
scroll, he's going to try to see if there's even any scrolls noticeable up there. But he's assuming it's a large, probably leather bound kind of thing.
Okay.
Something that doesn't look like it's been moved in a while.
Yeah. Okay, I'll come back to you in a second. Omira, what are you looking for? You want to look for old?
Specifically, it would be like old documents describing about the founding of the town, the original buildings that were
Okay,
like the very first buildings grown, any plans. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to locate the possible or most likely keystones of
hmm
the main buildings of the town,
okay,
where the wizard would the Titus would have left his talismans.
yep, okay. That actually, okay, that's right. I forgot about that. I told you
I
about.
didn't.
You knew about that. Okay. Yeah, you can. Yes. Um, yeah, that actually there is a book written by, huh, surprisingly enough, it's um written by someone with less written by Titus on the ley lines around Albany and the how the original buildings um, and layout of the town interacted with them. So that pretty much has the keystones that you're looking for. Um, that's actually not that difficult to find with. That's why I'm not having you roll with Jerry helping you.
Okay.
Um, and he does definitely ease up on the um, flirting, just every once in a while. Um, it'll be something or a small touch or something like that, but he doesn't. It's not like he's doing a full court press.
Mhm.
Um,
I have a plan. I just have to find the perfect time to do it. It's but once they find the book, Omera, aha, perfect.
Great.
This is good. A good question.
Hmm.
Can, will can you tell me what relics and rarities is? It's more than just a magical bookshop. Yes.
It's a well, yeah. I mean, the first floor is a standard bookstore. It we do enough we do enough business to um keep everybody happy, and it's kind of a nice, you know, woodsy place for some book clubs to meet and everything like that, and that keeps that that to the obvious eye keeps it in the keeps the building in the black. Um, the rest of this is maintained as a magical reference library um, by
Huh.
rep, and I gave the yeah by there's actually a can't remember what I named it, but I actually that uh, there's a consortium that officially owns it, and Kasser administrates it for them, or it's in trust for her. I didn't quite follow it. The checks are written by my paychecks are written by this consortium. Um,
I see. I didn't realize they made physical buildings to house some of this.
I well, it's so that locals can get good information. How else would they?
No, it makes sense. I just wasn't aware.
Oh, no.
It must have been fairly recent.
Well, mm, no, the building's been here for at least 100 years. Maybe possibly longer. Um, I know down the street there was, in fact, they had just pulled out. It was they used to make cast iron furnaces, and they just started pulling them out to so they could get some as part of a revitalization plan. There's going to be apartments down there pretty, I guess, soon. Um, but gentrification. Uh, um, but but yeah, this dates back at least. I'd say this build. It's been here at least 100 years, and from what Erwin said about this wood, probably longer. Oh, I'm sorry, Irving. We don't want to let him. If he shows up, you don't let him know that he's really bad at hiding his real name.
Right. At a lull in their conversation,
Mhm.
Omeira would just like kind of turn and look at him square on. You've been flirting with me, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, I hope that's okay. You're attractive and you blush kind of cute.
Ray's just going to look farther into a book from
Yeah.
a ladder a little bit.
Yeah. Um, let's see.
Rhoda is definitely listening and doing this.
And yeah. Wow. And he went to hit you with that same, you know,
Hmm.
that
Well,
same,
The cocksure grin.
Yeah, cocksure grin,
Oh, I was like,
head tilts, puts his hand out, and to kind of even toss a little bit of a lean into it. Problem is, he put his hand out into the opening above the ladder,
oh, Jesus.
and he's falling over.
Omeira would grab him before he could fall.
Okay. Um.
They've got the reflexes for that.
Yeah.
I can roll
Yeah,
it if you want.
No, he's not going to object to Omira grabbing him. I'm okay. I'm not doing this well.
Careful.
Yeah. They uh uh oh heck. Um can I keep flirting?
This is killing me.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just not accustomed to it.
Really? I and he goes to try to do the same thing again, and you grab his arm and pull it, keep him from making the same mistake again.
Yeah.
Because he was going to try to do some kind of the smirk and say okay. Okay. Tell you what, let's get you your let's get you down so you can do the research you need before
And
I
so you don't fall.
yeah, that too. Um Yeah, and he grabs the book and goes down the steps, goes down the stairs or ladder. Um, hmm. Uh, okay, Rhoda, what were you researching while you were waiting for Guard to get back to you?
Well, she was researching until she heard the conversation.
Yeah.
And so she was leaning over like this, watching. And then when they were coming down, she thought, oh, I'll reach out to Guard again.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a D6 roll.
2 or just 1?
2d6. I gotta remember that you've got a D8 of stress. Wow. Okay, go ahead and roll.
I don't want to.
You don't
I
want
just saw yours.
to?
That stress is killing you.
Yeah, that okay, what do you
She has another person she can call.
well, yeah, I know, but she answers. What do you need?
Look, we're having some issue here in Albany. I need to know the name of a wizard. I can get some information, an older wizard that's been around that knew the old man here. One that will work with me. I don't care who it is. I don't mind if it's Ramirez. But I don't think he hasn't been around very long. So
no, and he's not particularly happy with Albany. His last trip there didn't go well. So but probably you could I could put you in touch with and then you hear a shot ring out and then the line goes dead. And that would be this would be an excellent time to take our 1 hour break. Or not, we're not taking 1 hour break.
10-minute break, folks.
We're taking a 10-minute break that we do at the top of the hour.
You're just straight quitting.
We will be back in 10 minutes.
Talk to everybody in 10.
Happy Monday again, folks. Wow. And I just got
Called old.
I got called ancient.
Here.
Doesn't that make you powerful?
Yes.
No, technically, I think that could be construed as you being called young because they were ancient before you were born. That's calling them really old.
But oh, great. Yeah, Dave's here.
Oh, no, wait. I read it backwards. You were ancient before they came out. Never mind.
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Never mind.
Technically, it is a correct answer. It is not the answer Tom wants, but it is a technically correct answer.
It kind of fits. It fits what's been happening at the gym lately. I don't wear my headphones because I don't like the music. I wear my headphones in the gym because I don't like to hear the bros saying something about 50-year-old being too old to lift. But
Oh, that's not very nice.
Yeah, but there's plenty of other things with that. But anyways, back to we just watched the most socially awkward character in here just completely destroy who a character that probably is better socially than anybody but Reynard.
That wasn't their intent.
No, Um,
They just wanted to make sure they were interpreting things right.
uh, so you get back to the table where the other two are, and Rhoda, you get a call from the caller ID has Hendrix on it.
Okay. What's up, my man?
Hang on. And you hear the phone tossed through the air and caught. Okay. It's the only one who's around that might still be in decent who tended to stay in on decent terms with him
Oh.
Was listens to wind.
Oh, okay. At least he's very nice.
Yeah, but that's I think
Okay.
I think that was but as far as he's the only one I could think of.
Now, all I'm really wanting to do is we're trying to find this charter, and if I could piece together the people that were around while this charter was made, it might narrow down some of the places it could be. So I thought if I could find the wizard,
Did I not mention that?
No.
I helped him write it.
I don't.
Thought
I didn't know
I
that.
mentioned that.
What was just rolled and why?
That was me rolling for guard.
Did I overhear what Omera just said?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You were there when it was written,
Yes.
so you know what it looks like, or should.
I know what it looked like.
Was it like a bound book or a scroll or?
I was going to say thank you and hang up.
It. I mean, what you remember? It was a large piece of parchment. And you can describe it. It's not that much different than say the the type of the Declaration of Independence was written on. 100 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was there? Was it just the two of you? And who signed it?
I mean, you guys can find some basic information, and we're able to find some basic information about the Donegan charter.
Did Mab sign it? Did Mab sign it?
No, this was actually the city charter.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with the magical community.
It had no, I mean the Donegan charter was actually where you were able to where did I put that? Crap. Donegan charter was written and where was I know I'd written it someplace. I need to look up my charter. Yeah, the Donegan Charter was what was the original actual city charter. All cities have a charter that incorporates them and establishes how the city's going to operate. What powers the mayor has, what powers the other people has. The current the Donegan Charter has been amended but it is still in effect. Let's see. You're able to find on just basic reference stuff. Um, the charter document that is um, followed is a contemporary form and structure of city government, pursuant to the charters, to the provisions of the municipal home rule law, with limitations imposed by state law wherever and whenever, uh, uh, and whenever any special state law, and the Donegan Charter to the extent it remains applicable, conflicts, or is otherwise inconsistent with this charter. Such laws shall be repealed and superseded by this charter in their application to the city to the extent of such conflict or inconsistency. So the charter's been amended, but the original Donegan Charter is still in effect. So it's actually still a city document.
I guess I'm confused.
Okay.
Who amended it?
Okay. I believe I said this. If I'm wrong. The old man had said the Donegan Charter was the charter that was put forth um, originally to incorporate Albany by the mortal authorities.
Mm-hmm.
There was also additions made. There was also parts of it were written and hidden, covering how the supernatural community will be treated within the government established by this charter.
And I was under the impression that's why we're trying to find it. Because
Yes.
someone's trying to change it to no longer include the magical community.
That's
Correct.
not why we're looking for it. We don't know that anybody is trying to change it.
Right. We don't know what's changing. We're trying to figure out how it protected it from before.
And
Or at least
pass that
that's what-
information on to the freeholding lord
I mean, that's what Hugo's looking for.
so that he can maintain those protections.
Yeah.
Because if nobody knows what they are, they're obviously not going to stay in place very long.
Yeah. And it's also, if you don't have any actual law or anything like that written down, then people generally aren't going to even try to respect any idea of it.
Right. They shouldn't be the mortal authorities probably aren't retracting it because they don't even know it exists.
Mm-hmm. So it's someone who knew that it existed to begin with. Most likely.
So everybody give me well, not actually you guys keep researching. Everybody give me a no roll or whatever you can do for a no roll for researching into the charter with the information that's there.
Mm-hmm. Would I be able to use magic?
No, not for this one.
Okay.
Can I use either Magic of the Ages or Protean distinction?
Magic of the Ages, yes.
Okay.
The one.
Yep, I saw it. Hugo, you can also roll.
This is, you said it was mental and no?
Yep. And anything else? If you probably don't have a distinction that applies to it.
Supernatural laws. No supernatural laws.
Okay. You can add that in.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Okay. You got a 10. Um,
We all got ones, did we?
I got an 11, and I did roll a 1 in there.
yep. Wow. I like those ones.
I bet you
This
do.
is what I wasn't. This is what I wasn't seeing when I played Weird Vegas. They weren't rolling enough ones. It was definitely a problem.
Mm.
Okay, so Rhoda has 9. Myra has 16. Go up to 25, 35, and 46, along with some extra ones. Okay. Oh, that was bad. That was rough.
Oh, I almost got a plot point out of that. Or polka die.
Okay. You all. Well, I'm honestly doing it slightly slightly different. But so what you guys have now is. Hey, I'm gonna say you spend the rest of your time figuring out Jerry. Uh, Jerry figures out what kind of tea uh, Omira likes and brings her some while you 3 are there. But you've got a bunch of notes and a bunch of information. The next day, you meet up back at Hugo's Hugo store. And Hugo, I assume you got back to your home and started reading through the journal.
Yep.
Okay.
And then probably got up early and decided to head into to the shop a little early to try and read it some more without toddler distraction.
Yep. Okay. Nope. No, Jillian seemed to understand pretty good what is going on and is doing her best to keep
Be supportive.
being supportive. You get occasional interruptions, but it takes you a bit to realize that is specifically so that you don't sit there all night in the same position and cramp up. She basically makes you take toddler breaks every once in a while.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not trying to ignore the family or anything like that. Just I don't want energetic 1-year-old hands destroying possibly multiple 100-year-old journal.
Nope, it's definitely she calls you out of your study when she wants
Use
when
the
she needs your
bathroom.
help. Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, I'm there for the nighttime routine, tucking them in for bed, stories, the whole 9.
Okay. No, you all get back there and everybody give me a social plus no roll. This is going to be specifically the 4 of you imparting your knowledge to each other and how well you do at it.
Can I roll my socialite with it?
Yes, that does apply.
So distinction stuff apply.
Yeah, probably small business owner would.
I don't have that one
Here's-
anymore.
Here's
Oh.
Rhoda.
I dropped that for Magus of Albany.
A Magus of Albany would apply.
Oh, thank God, no one.
Okay, here goes nothing.
60.
Does
Oh,
my
you-
history distinction still apply?
Yes.
Or
your
history specialization?
Your history specialization would, yes.
I used one of my 13 plot points to add one in all three of them.
Wow.
Actually did really well, but that D4 though.
Yep. Okay.
All right, when we have
All right.
combat and we all have 25 plot points, we'll be okay.
Oof. Ooh. Ow.
Wow.
Hey, Ray matched
Ow.
me.
Ray did
Nice.
better than
Ouch.
Ray.
Okay. So,
He hasn't had coffee yet this morning.
Yeah.
well, if you guys pay attention, you notice something, that Reynard, works pretty hard to keep Omira sharing, and it takes its toll.
Sharing is caring.
But yeah, it was rough, but you did well enough that all the information got out. Yeah, you were all within you were all within 3 of each other. So that you were all within, you were all within 3 of each other, so that means you were able to get together and figure out what it is. Effectively the notations on the charter were added to the actual document that was stored that the city had.
Okay, so the
It
city's
wasn't.
got it.
Yep, this was not something where it was written and stashed away. This was something that was effectively, and once you started figuring it out, it started making sense to once Omira started going into how they did it. I mean, effectively, they snuck in the middle of the night, but
Yeah.
they didn't have the context. Yeah, they, as in Omira, didn't have the context to know that wasn't normal for this type of thing. And Reynard's activities, less than legal activities,
Mm-hmm.
didn't exactly help that thought pattern, because you snuck
People
into
do
a
this
lot of
all the
places.
time.
Right? Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
as far as
It's
they're
a modern
concerned,
time kind of thing.
yeah, as far as they're concerned, that's happens all the time. You had to fix that.
Yeah.
Um.
Just part of life. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
So, yeah, it's in the city, most likely, probably in a museum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you that it's pretty easy to figure out where.
Where the town's original charter is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which museum it's in.
So now I need to figure out how to.
So the museum is called what? Or is that what you just said?
Yeah, for us non-Albany natives here.
Yeah, it's called the museum that Tom did plenty of research on, but can't quite find the research right now.
It's a little wordy.
So
I
The
love
Museum
it.
of No
Imitum?
Name.
As
hang
I
on,
walk through the museum. Nope, that doesn't work. I was going for it. It didn't work.
okay.
Museum of City Charters.
Oh,
Institute of
It's-
History and Art.
Institute of insert name here.
It's
Institute of Sir not appearing in this picture.
You're not smelling toast, are you? Because you're not making any sense.
Who,
um,
me?
I was talking to Tom. I was hoping he wasn't having a stroke.
no, I'm not having a stroke.
Hey,
It's,
that's kindness.
I just, man. Okay, it's in a museum. I will
Okay.
establish.
But we
It's
have
in
the
the
name of the museum in character.
Museum
So
of Albany.
Yeah, it's in a. I will find. I remember looking it up.
New
And
York State Museum.
no, it's something. It's something else, but it's in a. It's in a.
Museum.
It's yes. It's in a local place. I will find out where. It has very limited access. It is a document from 1686.
Oh.
So um, there are protection. Well, yeah, it's got protections in place.
Mhm.
Special clean rooms, vacuum.
Yeah, you'd need to be a historian to be able to really get easier access to it.
Yes, to get actual physical access to it, you need to be a historian with a grant.
Yeah.
Um,
Or an art thief could probably get at it. But
yes, an art thief may actually be able. An art thief has a chance to do something.
Rhoda's gonna smile and say, "Let me guess, Ray. This is right up your alley."
what makes you say that?
Well, do I owe you $10?
What did we bet on again?
You'd get into that room.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I got up there.
Did you get into the room?
Yeah,
And here, yeah,
Okay.
just fine. I just,
Here's
you go up the
$10.
ladder, you're good. All right. First $10 I made today. It's been a slow day.
He's a thief. I think he's the guy for the job.
Um, if anything, I might be able to pose as a historian.
I don't do well
How you
in
wanna do it.
disguise. I kind of stick out with my height.
I
And,
can typically do well enough in disguises.
But I did bring everybody muffins this morning. I forgot. Let me go get them. They're warming in. I had to use one of the beaker warmers. Sorry, Hugo, but they're nice and warm and ready.
No, son of. I start closing the blinds on the shop.
Here you go. I made apple cinnamon muffins and I grew the apples. Here you go.
I mean, I take one to be polite, but I make sure the blinds are closed, or at least drawn down enough.
Did anybody else want any coffee or anything?
I just look at Rose like, you're really not,
yeah.
really not helping.
So this is
Okay.
after Relics and Rarities. We all
Yep.
met up later on. As
Yeah, well, this is
Hugo
the
shop?
next day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The whole next day. Okay.
Okay, it is actually in the Albany County Hall of Records.
All right.
Um, it is open to the public, but by appointment only. And handling the actual, and as Reynard went through, Reynard will tell you that, you're not going to be able to handle the charter to be able to look at it the way you guys need to
Yeah,
on the
you
tour.
won't be able to. Yeah, you won't be able to get access to it physically. You'll be able to see it, but that's about it. Um,
Rhoda. This is a
Um,
When
okay.
Rhoda paid her $10 to Ray, she grabbed a strand of hair because she doesn't 100% trust him. And
Of
so
Ray?
she's gonna send that for some testing.
So you took a strand of hair from
Oh,
Ray?
you took a strand of hair of his? Okay,
Yeah, it was
I'm gonna need a
Hmm.
subterfuge or sneak roll.
okay.
I remember
Um,
something about Ray that we've talked about.
yeah.
I'm gonna use physical and Valkyrie and
Well,
sneak.
if you use physical, you could definitely get one, but he'll know you got one. If
What
you're
if it
trying,
was just slightly laying on his shirt?
that would be that would to do that with using it, you'd have to use social.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll use social, but I can still use my Valkyrie, right?
Yes, I'll give it just the speed of it.
Then you want me to use sneak?
Yep.
Oh, my
And
strength.
Ray, you get
Yeah.
to use social and whatever, and
All right.
notice and whatever distinction you think applies with whatever, you know, dice. And it's
Yeah,
basically you two against each other. So
right.
Oh, I'm
Let me
gonna
see
roll.
here.
I have a polka die. I can roll that afterwards, right?
yes, you can roll that afterwards. And you both get an extra D8 because you both have stress.
Oh, D8 against us, but since we're
Against
against
it.
each
Oh,
other,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Do you want me to go first?
Doesn't matter.
It'd be lame.
Actually, yeah, it would. You're setting the difficulty. Go ahead.
Look at those ones.
She's got an
Ooh.
11.
I'm
Yep.
using a plot point to add it. I have to use 2 plot points to add it all.
All right, so 13 for Andrew to
13.
roll against.
All right, let's see what I get.
Yep.
Can I roll my
17.
polka die?
Yes, you can. He's up to 17
Yep.
before
Okay,
he has anything else.
I have a D8 polka
I
die.
got a 17 with my hyper observant distinction that I had.
Well, it's the type of thing you try and it's the type of thing you actively don't want people to get. So
Right, right.
DNA sample? No, I don't want that to happen ever.
right, and
Come on,
Oh,
Be good, be good.
I mean,
Oh, god damn it!
so she gets the hair, but Ray notices that she has it.
yep.
He's just gonna let her.
Maybe she has an
it.
obsession with Ray, and she just
No.
wants to lock
No,
him there.
this is a trust issue. Is what this is.
But
But it's fine.
does she know that Ray knows?
I don't think so.
Not with how much she's beaten her. No, he can have whatever. If he beat her by he beat her by quite a bit, so he can have whatever effect he wants.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let her know that I noticed it, but I'm gonna make a note of this.
Yep. Yeah, that might be clip worthy. 3 runs in a single roll. That is a record, I think.
Shut up, Tom.
Yep. Now that's not a record. Usually I get one of those to stream. Okay. All right. So what are you? You guys know where the charter is.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to? What are you doing about it?
Well, let's see.
Rhoda
So,
Been thinking
Yeah.
about this one.
Yeah, what are you saying, Rhoda?
Rhoda was going to, as she brings a drink over to Omera, she's going to say, so, how did things go with Jerry yesterday?
He helped me find the information I was looking for.
Well, that's great. He seemed very flirtatious with you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You think he's nice?
He's nice, yes.
He's very nice. I think he's great. This has been fun.
Ray's gonna take a sip of his coffee and make it actually like awkwardly loud of a sip.
I feel like there's subtext here that I'm not getting.
Oh, I was just taking interest in Jerry's interest in you, but you are not obligated to care about that. So it's okay.
Yeah, she was wondering if anything became of Jerry hitting on you.
Tom, I'd like to. I don't know which one would be the applicable affiliation: mortal authorities, business community, human magical community. But I'd like to use one of those affiliations plus social and influence to see if I can get a meeting with somebody to let me potentially examine the charter.
Ask permission?
Yeah.
How we do things? Just kidding.
We could.
Okay. I guess it's kind of up to you which direction you want to go. Magical community is a little
Out there?
weak, a little out there because you don't have anybody. You don't know of anybody in the community that's actually that's in government right now. It's one of those things. Now that you think about it, yeah, it's kind of been a well. It was that things were quite the chaos and everything kind of threw everything off.
Yeah. So, okay. Then I'll try mortal authorities.
Okay, you're gonna try and
And
go through this the right way.
yep. And I am going to use my Magus of Albany, but I'm going to step it down to a D4 because they honestly don't know I'm the Magus of Albany.
Right, it won't.
So, and then influence.
But your goal is to actually physically examine it.
Yeah, following
Not
whatever
just-
policies and procedures they want me to do.
Okay.
I know this ain't easy, but it's what my guy's thinking at the moment.
Yep. I'm trying to think of what.
What
Yeah,
curse
you know
words
what?
they'll use when they say no.
Well, who knows? You know what? I've been rolling like crap last couple times, so we'll see.
That's a straight lie.
All right, so that's your roll. Is that your roll there?
That's my roll there. Yeah.
All right, let's see what I can do here.
Good job.
Stepped it down to get that. So it puts me to there. How many do I need to buy? I need to buy 2 of those. Yeah, if you don't mind, I will pay for 2 of those to get me to the 15 I'd like to beat you.
Okay. You do beat me. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, Yes, in preparation for the give me 1 second. Tom needs to do math, which I'm usually much better at, but
Ooh.
um,
You've used all your math words.
it's 2011, right? In game time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, of course. Yes. Well, you need to prove your bona fides to the examination committee that is studying it right now. But you probably could piggyback on that study that's going on uh, by the Hawthorne Conservatory.
Hmm.
So yes, I would contact them. They're getting ready to because we're at the 325th anniversary of the charter.
All right. I will get the bona fides put together and submit to them. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You as well.
And
So
GM
yeah.
tip, when you get the chance, create another organization that they have to contact afterwards, so you get a chance to figure out
How to
what
screw over the players.
that is specifically and what hoops they're going to have to jump through.
I've at least got an idea for the bona fides.
Yeah, so there's an examination council right now.
Yeah, some group called the Hawthorne Conservatory.
Yes, that has nothing to do with the fact that I happen to have a write up on a hawthorn tree in front of me as I was sitting here.
I gotta come
The
up with the
Hawthorne Charter? What?
Hawthorne Conservatory.
Conservatory. That room in Clue where everybody always dies. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
I will figure out what information. Actually, you know what? If those who are going to research the Hawthorne Conservatory want to give me a mental and no roll.
What kind of organization is the conservatory? Is that a government-based one, or?
That's what you'll find out depending on your no roll.
Gotcha.
And we'll lead you to there, and we can do the rest of it.
So no mental and
This does not sound like Omeira's wheelhouse.
I would be too busy
In fact-
putting together my bona fides.
To say, in fact, if they can, Omeira would ask to borrow the first printing the copy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and try to get their hands on the final copy and start examining the differences between the two.
that would be up to the second one's easy.
Yeah.
Jerry loaned you his. First one is up to Hugo.
If she's concerned about the book getting damaged, I can do it there.
Let me check with Jillian. I'll get back to you.
yeah, try to use that book as a way to get in. All right. I'll do
Not
the
even
roll
thinking
to
that.
research the conservatory.
Okay. All
Not
right.
that great of a roll.
Not a
Hmm.
terrible roll. You didn't roll any once.
Right.
Yeah,
But I
you
got
beat
an
mine.
8.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's a organization specifically dealing with older documents, maintaining them, making sure that they don't degrade, and studying the effects of various studying the effects of various stimuli on it and how it affects the papers. They have a big big write up that they recently did on the difference between a spot that was in the light and a spot that was in shadow
Hmm.
on the Declaration of Independence. And I mean, we're talking
As in an aging difference. Yeah.
yes, aging difference, the difference of effect. It's
Mm-hmm.
a 10-page paper.
All right.
I wish I was playing Cassera almost, because Cassera has experience with that, given the work that she was actually, training
Yes.
going
All
to
right.
school for.
All right.
Mostly it was translation, but
That's
with
great.
old text, you also have to have the preservation part.
Yep. And that is
Mm.
well, that's actually that's up to Hugo if he wants to tap into his Cassera ability to know stuff.
Not quite yet. I've
Okay.
already exuded enough, asked enough out of Cassera, but saying, "Can you please talk to your boss and help me do me a solid?"
Yep, that's fair. You're right. You've already tapped out the that resource. So, okay, at this point, I'm giving you guys the basics. We can figure out what you can dive into the Hawthorne Conservatory
Mhm.
and figure out what their deal is and how and whether or not Hugo can put together some bona fides.
I have ideas. Whether or not they work will be the interesting part.
That's
We
great.
will see.
Yeah, but it's that time of the week, as in
Mhm.
it's 11 o'clock Eastern. So we are at the end of the stream. Thank you all for playing. I always have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
a lot of
good.
fun.
And specifically, thank you, Christina, for rolling those ones.
Speaking to you.
uh, hey, after what your husband did before the stream, I think it's fair. It all evens out. Unless anyone has any announcements, we're going to be we're not going to be streaming Shadowrun tomorrow night. We're taking the week off. This week, I believe Power Rangers is going to stream on this channel at 7 o'clock Eastern. And then at 7 o'clock, we've got Rules of Cool over on Gen Con TV. And this week, Rem is going to be chatting with writer Brian Young about his career and love of gaming. And then right afterwards is Emerald Glitch. In the heart of the sprawling Neo metropolis, the city's pulse throbs with danger and intrigue. Amidst the neon-lit streets and alleyways, the fate of a valuable ally hangs by a silk thread. The team's comrade, Steel Tiger, has been snatched from the safety of his tea house, taken hostage by a gang hungry for notoriety in Nguyen, the Shadowfangs. But this rescue mission is no simple task. The gang has hidden Steel Tiger away in their hideout, a veritable maze of danger and deception. Join us at 8 o'clock on Gen Con TV for Emerald Glitch Season 2 of Tiger in a Teacup. And that's it. I'm Teslon. Hope everybody has a great week. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.